Shell and Tell, the podcast where you talk to Shell.
We're filming. It has officially started.
It has started.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Shell and Tell show. Do you want to introduce yourself? This is my newest guest.
My name is Joshua Luper. I am another one of the inhabitants of this lovely, lovely community that we are a part of.
They don't need to know our address, but we do live together, and it's lovely. We get to have fun experiences and meet really cool people. So, yes, today you guys are meeting a new person and a new version of me, like the version of me with no bangs. So
we're getting vulnerable.
Yeah, we're getting vulnerable. Okay, let me put this on my head. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. You guys are seeing big forehead Shelly. You know what I'm kidding?
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding me? Well, at least this is a place of no judgment. I have a big ass forehead too.
Right?
So.
It's just like, whoa.
Oh, your forehead isn't even that
Bruh,
big.
I literally got bangs for a reason. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, that's why I have like this sort of side swoop. The unfortunate thing is that I've got like a receding hairline, and so eventually it's just going to be impossible to hide.
You know what? It's okay.
And we come to those terms. We come to those terms in our own time. We recognize that genetics are not a controllable thing.
Everyone's beautiful.
Exactly.
Beautiful. So no big deal.
Okay.
So do you want to tell them what we're doing today?
So I will be doing a little bit of special effects makeup on Shell. It's nothing too complicated. We're just taking a little bit of scar putty that has been molded to a hopefully somewhat similar skin tone, and we'll just be making it look like she's been gashed across the forehead.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, this is a really different episode for you guys. I'm still going to be asking Josh. Do you want me to call you Josh? Joshua on here?
Call me Josh.
Josh, okay, perfect.
We're friends.
We're friends. We're cozy.
Joshua is more of a professional setting.
So you guys call him Joshua. I can call him Josh. Okay? Get it right. Unless you're friends.
Know your place.
Yeah. Know your place. So Josh is going to be doing something really cool on me. So I'll still be asking him questions like about himself, but he'll also be doing something cool that you guys can pay attention to and learn at the same time. Yeah. And then if you guys want to hire somebody for special effects makeup, you know who to hire. And I was also super difficult with this interview. I didn't even give him the correct foundation shade. I tried. I was like, I don't really wear foundation, so it's something with the word sand in it. And
I know.
yeah.
I had to go onto your TikTok videos and literally just try and compare based off of those. It was hilarious.
Yeah, I feel so bad because I was like, my spot conceal, I don't know, something like that.
It's fine.
But yeah.
It happens.
So
this will be a learning experience for both of us. So it'll either turn out really nice or there will be just a really weird spot on her forehead.
Yeah, but no matter what, it's going to look bloody.
It's going to look bloody.
So,
yeah.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. Okay.
Oh, I got a new spooky tattoo as well. So it's not fully spooky. It's not like it's Halloween themed. It's just a scorpion. But depending on if you think that's scary or not, that's up to you.
See, and that's so close to the collarbone. I feel like those would hurt.
What,
aren't the ones that are closer to bone? Don't they always hurt?
So apparently they're supposed to, but I might just be a demon.
You're built
because
different.
yeah, I love the hand tattoos. I think they're so comfortable. Also,
right.
Do you want me to shut up?
No.
Okay,
you don't have to shut up.
You tell me. If there's moments I have to shut up, you tell me.
Shut up.
Yeah.
I'll just start.
Yeah, literally put glue on my mouth.
Literally. Okay, so this is Spirit Gum. It's just an adhesive that's safer for skin than other things. Actually, do you have any known allergies to adhesives? No. Okay, perfect. So we're just gonna put this all across your forehead.
Yeah,
it's gonna feel a little bit weird. Spirit Gum is one of those fun things because it doesn't really ever look like it's ready to stick. It just dries off and suddenly it's a little bit more sticky.
Does it dry clear?
Yeah, for the most part.
Oh, wow, okay.
And there's also a remover for it because the adhesive is a little bit too strong to just rop off with soap. There's also another adhesive called Prozaid that I plan on getting. But it is an adhesive, so that's why we're having her hair pulled back because we don't want you to have to worry about my kind of hairline.
Yeah, we don't want to pull out bangs, the bang hang.
No, they're there for a reason.
So wait, now I'm curious, what got you into doing special effects makeup in the first place?
Okay, so I started doing special effects makeup in college, actually. But before that, I had been really interested in slasher films because of just how gruesome some of those effects looks are. So whenever I did that one class in college, it really just kind of propelled me into that sort of interest. And I took that one class, and I've just been kind of improvising ever since.
Oh, that's amazing. So did you take that in college? Like, was that your whole program, or did you switch into that? Like, what happened there?
So one of the required classes for my program, which was performance musical theater,
Oh.
I had a little bit of vocal chops,
Oh, I'm a
and
musical
so I took
theater
that.
kid here.
Yeah, that's why I'm really loud and annoying.
Not annoying, and I like that.
No, yeah, but we just had, that was one of the required classes, was that makeup class, and so I took it. And it was a great time. I was actually supposed to take another makeup class with that same teacher, but she got fired before I was able to take it. And it was really unfortunate because I looked forward to that class. Oh my gosh, this is not your
You know what? It's okay. We make do with what we've got.
Oh my
Okay.
God.
You guys are using this as an example because remember, I was a difficult customer. Okay. Like normal people would be like, "This is my foundation shade." I don't know my
Yeah.
foundation shade, y'all.
Yeah, how dare you?
I know. Like I'm a sinner.
Now we're both gonna look like fools.
No, honestly, the more blood, the better. It's okay.
True. When in doubt, add more blood.
That's exactly it.
Oh my
It's kind
goodness.
of like when I used to do like fake bruises for Halloween, and I was like, okay, if I don't know what I'm doing, more purple, more yellow. It's okay. It's no big deal.
Ever since that, I started experimenting. I would actually do a lot of makeup looks for my Halloween parties that I'd go to because, you know, I was quite the popular kid
Yes.
for the theater department.
Honestly, you seem very
Ooh.
popular overall.
Well, I try. I'm personable, and I think personability is very important. And so now I'm just taking some Vaseline and rubbing it on the wound to smoothen it out because the one problem with scar putty is that it is very sticky whenever it comes to your skin. And so you have to smooth it out using your fingers and oils instead of actually getting it stuck to your skin.
So
it can
you
be
put that,
quite
like,
perplexing.
That stuff that was on the brush, what was that first?
Oh, so that was the spirit gum. That's
Okay.
what's helping it stick.
Okay.
Now we need to form it and actually help it blend into your skin a little bit. To do that, we need to use a little bit of grease.
So are you telling me like with the stuff that you do, you could pretty much recreate Lady Gaga's face in her era where she had those really sharp cheekbones?
Yes, I could. That would probably be done with latex though.
That was amazing. And for a long time, I was like, is that her face now?
That's what I was thinking, because that kind of stuff always freaks me out, because it looks so real.
So real. And I was like, is that injections, is that implants? But then she didn't have it anymore.
I know. I thought the exact same thing for a little bit whenever I saw Angelina Jolie as Maleficent.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so what do you think they did there, from your professional experience?
I think they just took latex applicants and then took some of the chemicals to blend it into her cheeks, and they just like stuck them to her.
Oh my gosh, okay. So it's
Although
like,
I should look into the behind the scenes of that, because it can get really complicated because they can take like 3D scans of your head and then put the applications on your head for that.
would you ever recreate yourself as Maleficent?
That sounds awesome.
Well, yeah, you should do that.
Just the applications, yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
Right? And then you could do it in like the shading of like her cheekbones and everything like that. That's insane.
That sounds actually really awesome. I agree.
Right? Next time, y'all need to follow Josh on everything. I'm obviously going to put all of his social media in the bio. And at the end or now, it's up to you. You can do both. You can plug your socials, like tell them how to like spell it out and tell them. But yeah, you guys better follow him and
Yeah.
see his content and
Definitely,
learn.
thank you.
No.
Yeah, that's Joshua Luper. That's super, but spelled with an L instead of an S. _ actor. So that's where I do some of my acting reels. I've been doing a lot of special effects makeup looks recently. You saw like the actual one in person that one day where it looked
Oh
like
my
I'd cut my
God.
face off.
That was actually terrifying.
Yeah, I can show you some of the little prosthetics that I made from that. It gets a little bit crazy.
Oh my God. Okay.
So this one, it hasn't been maintained as well as it should be, but it was the little bit that I had done for a slit neck. It was great.
Crazy to me.
Someone made a joke that it looked a little bit vaginal in shape.
A little bit like a coochie. But you know what? I see the coochie a little bit, but I see more. It's like that. So it's okay.
Yeah, definitely.
It's also
And
just
then-
kind of looks like you're a psychopath a little, like as if these are other people's skin.
I
that you're
know,
keeping
it's
in a
getting
bag.
weird because I'm collecting things now, and it doesn't help that I literally have the outline of a face for one of the looks that I've done. It's quite crazy. I do look a little bit insane.
Are you keeping these as memories? Or are you gonna reuse
Some
this?
of them are reusable.
Oh.
I've never reapplied a look after I've finished it, but I could probably
Holy shit!
just
Oh
like,
my god! Oh my god! No, that one is a no. That one's a no. Oh god.
This was the look of my face looking like it was torn off. Was a combination of this mask and this mask, and it was done with liquid latex, some scar wax to blend out those edges. It was a great time.
I literally can't believe you.
But
Like,
back to the actual show.
no, you're
You.
actually insane. Like, and I love it. It's insane in a good way. Okay,
Yeah.
but it's just terrifying to me.
I cause pain for entertainment purposes.
Like, that's why I just know you're gonna be blowing up successful, because that shit actually scares us in the home. You know, when we see it up close and personal. So it's like,
I know, it's probably one of my favorite things to do is to come and
Just walk around
see
the
y'all's
house.
reactions.
and like see us be scared.
So yeah, the biggest component of this is really just blending it into the edges of your skin. Obviously, this is a little bit lighter than your actual skin tone,
That's okay. You
but
know?
yeah, we're working on that.
This is called
It's
my
also
winter
because your winter skin.
Yeah, my winter skin.
Yeah, she went to some camp in the middle of winter, as one does.
Aspen.
Yeah. And she decided to get a little bit hacked in the forehead.
Yeah.
Okay, so usually
Like White Lotus. You know?
White Lotus, that shit. I remember watching that show for the first time. For the first season, I really loved. Second season, not so much. I thought it was just a little bit cuckoo crazy for the second season. But first one was great.
The gays.
Help me! These gays! They're trying to kill me! And it's true. We make plans every single Thursday
Yeah.
to see how we're going to take Jennifer Coolidge down.
Yeah, and like honestly,
'Cause she's gone too
if you go
far.
out with the gays one time to the club, then you get it again. They just stay up until the sun is out, which I like, but it's like drinking until the sun is out.
It truly is crazy.
I don't mind, you know, gay culture is a blast and a half. You know, it's just tough to keep up with.
It's a lot. And I think a lot of that has to do historically just with the fact that our time of being out was in discrete
Yes.
moments. So it has to be at night in the dark, a lot of things like that.
And now that they get to like go out and about, everybody just gets to be themselves. It's like, I'm gonna take the whole day. I'm gonna take the whole night. I
Yeah,
get to
it's kind of lovely.
live it up. Yeah.
This is some completely different. Usually I have a scalpel knife, but I cannot find it today.
Honestly,
And so now I'm using the back end of tweezers to give you a cut.
So, tell us about you. Tell us about your upbringing. Like, where did you grow up? Why did you move to California? Like, tell us about that.
My bringing up is a little bit complicated because I grew up at the end of a military brat family.
Oh.
So my father was an Air Force man. I'm the only one of my siblings
Was
that
he
was.
flying the planes?
Yeah, he was flying the planes. He was doing shooting, stuff like that. So he was always overseas for the time. So I'm actually the only one of my siblings that was born in the United States. Both of my other siblings were born on the Landstuhl Air Base.
That's insane. Okay.
Yeah. Then I was born in Pennsylvania, and so I just grew up there, and we moved abruptly to Texas. That was an okay experience for me. Probably not the best for someone who's realizing that they're queer.
Yeah. How old were you when you moved to Texas?
Oh gosh, we moved whenever I was 6.
Oh, okay. So you were young.
Yeah. It's funny, like even then people say that you don't have many gay experiences whenever you're young. Whenever I was a kid, there was a little kid who was infatuated with me a little bit, and he gave me a kiss on the cheek. But it was like one of those weird experiences where everybody around was so taken aback by it. And like even some of the kids knew what gay meant already. Like they were like, oh my God, this guy's gay. And they were losing their mind. But I didn't even know what that was at that point. So it was just an interesting thing that so many young children already know what this is, and I couldn't possibly be bothered with whatever that meant. I just knew that a kid had kissed me on the cheek.
Yeah, and you were like, okay, let's go play games now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But people wanted to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah.
So then we moved again through Texas to this place called Tyler. And that's where I grew up. Tyler had a whole bunch of churches. And so that's where I started to get into theater. Oh my goodness. The one mistake is that I have greasy hands and all of these things are like screw caps. Would you like to try it?
Yeah, sure.
Please open it.
Yeah. I was like, I can give it a go. There you go.
There we go.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It sure does, especially in this situation.
So then what happened in Tyler?
In Tyler?
Is that in Texas?
Yes, that is in Texas still. That's where I really got a love for theater, singing. I was in choir as well as theater. I didn't get into theater until my senior year though. So I was mostly in choir and I was doing a lot of competitions for that. It really took up a lot of my time. Honestly, it was soul consuming in some cases. And the director was kind of a dick.
Why? Just too intense?
Very competitive, and I guess he grew up in a time whenever musicians were very abusive towards one another.
Pardon?
Emotionally. Like they were trying to play mind games and whatnot, and so a lot of his actions and ways that he treated the children, it just seemed very inappropriate and extremely hurtful.
Can you elaborate on that? I don't understand what you mean by mind games. Like,
Mind games. He was always trying to see which kids were the strongest. It was almost an Abby Lee Miller type, but not as much yelling.
oh, okay, that's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird. Why are you doing that in school?
Because it was, I think I enjoyed the competition a little bit.
Like, it can be healthy competition.
There can be, and I don't think he believed in that, just because he came from that toxic sort of area of competitionship in musicians, and it's just...
But did you like his way of teaching?
I liked his way of teaching compared to who came to take over.
Oh.
He left my senior year, and so it made people very unsure of whether or not we would be continuing the choir program or how that would continue to go in his absence. Some people were a little happy about it, some people weren't. And it just really caused a lull my senior year of high school with that kind of stuff.
And what was
Some
the
baby
like style of the new person that subbed in?
He was not very much competition based, and we had been so used to it for so long. And sorry, I'm so focused on doing the makeup that I can't think of it. His style was just a little bit different, and his form of conductorship just wasn't at the same level as this other guy. But
So was he kind of in it like for fun? Like, was he just kind of like, let's enjoy ourselves?
enjoy ourselves, and that was nice, but it also was not what that choir was ready for yet.
Yeah.
We were very much always in the all-state competition processes.
Yeah. So you're like, we're not here for fun. We're here to win.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, and it was just such a hassle that year because I was trying to do a personal thing of mine, a goal, which was to get as many all-state choir positions during my high school, I guess, profession before I left. And I did achieve that. I was the first high schooler to make the all-state choir all 4 years of my high school career.
Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
Applause, metaphorical applause. Thank you.
Snobs.
Thank you.
Yeah, y'all better be clapping. Y'all better be clapping in the front, middle, and back row.
I see you.
We're
I see you right there. Stand up.
Especially you in the back left corner. Yes, congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I know I don't even know why I talk about it anymore. That's so far in the past.
But no, you should talk about it because all of your life accomplishments are life accomplishments. Just because it happened 5, 10, 15, 20 years ago, you did that at some point.
True. I did work hard for that.
Yeah.
But you know, I try and take all of those skills that I did learn from him, despite the fact that he was slightly abusive to us, into my work life. I try to be punctual.
Sir, if you're watching this, I hope that you've improved a little bit, okay?
Honestly, me too. And I hope that all the other people that I met in that choir are doing okay mentally, because, wow, that was a time for us.
Because obviously it helped Josh become who he is today, but hopefully all of you guys took that.
Are as cool as me.
Yeah, the same way. And it didn't, like, traumatize you. Sorry.
Yeah. So now it just needs a little bows back on. So college was coming around. I honestly didn't want to go to college, but I needed something that was cheap. My family didn't have a whole bunch of money.
If you look back now, would you still go to college or would you skip college? Be
I
honest
think
with the
I would.
folks.
I think I would do something a little bit different than I did. I had not discovered makeup or anything by that time. I was only interested in like watching makeup artists online do their shit. If I had realized that I was so into this, I would have progressed into just makeup school. Yeah, instead of just doing college, because I think I would be a lot further along the way if I had gone that way. But it's all a journey.
Exactly, and like
We're
every
all on
single
different
part is
paths.
needed to get to where you are now.
Exactly.
But obviously, it's nice to hear, like for you guys, to hear from Josh and know, okay, maybe college isn't for everyone.
No,
You know?
no. The idea that college is for everyone
Is dated.
is dated as fuck, and
It was never right to begin with, but it's extremely dated.
I'm very much under the absurd lifestyle.
Yes.
I think that the idea of college to set your life up is wrong so long as we continue to treat it like, oh God, what's the word? No longer treat it as if we're extorting all of these students to get as much money out of them as possible.
Yeah, like that's what we need to stop doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long as it's like that, I do not believe in the idea that college is a necessity.
And I also remind people often that college is often just another way to learn ways to think, right? Like it's not necessarily this is guaranteeing you a job. There's no guarantee you're getting a job when you graduate college. Okay,
Yeah.
that's a lie. Okay, no matter what program you go to, whether it's the hardest program in the world or the easiest one, there's no guarantee you're going to get a job. It just gives you different ways that your brain now connects dots, maybe. Because now, let's say you go to school for, I don't know, HVAC, okay? Your brain now has an extra pathway on how to fix things like that somebody else's brain didn't have, you know, because you specialized in this. If you're like me and you went to school for journalism, maybe, you know, your brain knows how to analyze things differently or do research or interview or edit or whatever it may be. If you took makeup classes, maybe you now know how to do techniques. It's just different ways your brain can think. Doesn't mean you're getting a job because of that.
No, there's still a whole bunch of personality and networking that goes into it.
Yeah.
So college is an important step in
Yes.
achieving some things because it does allow for that networking aspect, but it is not a necessity.
And
you
there
can
are
network
some
in other
jobs that
different
you
ways.
do need to go to that. I'm obviously not saying every job you don't
Yeah,
have
if you're
to.
a doctor,
You gotta
forget
go.
about
Yeah, you
forget
know what I
about
mean?
everything that we just said.
Like, sorry, if you're trying to become a lawyer, same thing. You know, anything that does need that academic certificate, you obviously need to go. But let's say your goal is to become a makeup artist, maybe just start practicing. Maybe do videos. Maybe then take some courses. You know,
There are so many online courses and so many basic YouTube videos. I mean, I learned about my basic SFX makeup solutions from a YouTube video. And I didn't even like look up a specific person. It was just
did you ever see that girl on YouTube? I saw her when I was young, and she used to recreate like famous people's faces all the time.
no, that sounds awesome.
Oh my gosh, I'll find it for you after. And she would recreate every single person you could think of. Like she was Angelina Jolie, she was Britney Spears, she was literally every single person. And I was always amazed how she could turn her features into like a completely different thing.
That's what I love about makeup. Contouring in itself, we do this all the time.
Yeah.
Contouring is just meant to change the shape of the face, and that is the beautiful thing about shadows.
Yeah.
I absolutely love, that's why I love makeup. I have a picture from a long time ago from that makeup class that I did where I was trying to make myself look as thin and kind of all the musculature underneath just on top of sagging skin. And it's just amazing how we can completely change the shape of our face.
You know what? One day I need to ask you to do for me to turn me into a Tim Burton character. That's my dream.
That's the next video.
Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna see that one day.
Yeah.
I literally have died to look like a Tim Burton character. Like, I love Tim Burton films and things like that. I'm sure he probably has some controversy. Nobody come for me, okay? But I just love like the art of his films and like just how creepy and weird, but like theatrical it is.
Yeah, it was definitely one of my introductions to horror and those spooky vibes, definitely.
Right? So that's why like everybody that we live with knows I don't like horror, but I like spooky things. That's what I always say. And then I don't know if they fully get it, but Tim Burton is the perfect example of that to me. You know what I mean? Like Edward Scissorhands is spooky, okay?
Yeah.
That's not horror though. It's just spooky.
No, it's just Tim Burton.
It's just Tim Burton. Like Corpse Bride is spooky, but it's not horror, you know? Nightmare Before Christmas is spooky.
Frankenweenie
is spooky. Like these things are spooky, but they're not horror. And I like it. Like earlier today, one of our housemates was trying to convince me to watch horror again. I told her, I said, there's just no reason for me to consume media I know I don't enjoy.
Yeah.
You know? But for you, what does horror make you feel? Like for me, I just genuinely get scared and don't enjoy it. For you, what do you feel?
I just get a little like jump scares every now and then.
But do you love the jump scares, or how do you feel about them?
I used to hate them. I think I used to overreact to them a lot whenever I was younger. So that was kind of why I hated them. Now it's fun to watch. It's fun to see just how bad some of the acting can be. But also a lot of new horror has a lot of different messages that they're trying to give to the public. Like Jordan Peele does a lot with systemic racism and stuff like that. It's just an interesting
Like Get Out.
thing.
Like I saw Get Out, and that was really good.
Get Out, yeah.
But I was like, is that horror or thriller?
You know,
What's the
thriller,
line?
That is a great question.
I feel like to me the line, because obviously the line is different for everyone. To me, the line between horror and thriller, because I do think I like thrillers, but not horror films, is that thrillers keep me on the edge of my seat the whole time, but I'm not terrified, you know? And I don't know if there's really like jump scares throughout.
Would you like to see how it's looking right now?
Yes, is it done? Oh my God, that looks crazy. That looks crazy. Do you guys see that? That looks insane. That looks good as hell. Oh my God.
I'm a little bit happier with it because
I'm so happy.
I was thinking to myself, goodness, I don't know how I'm going to be able to do this in such short time.
This looks
but
amazing.
I've managed.
Are you kidding me?
It's a little bit cartoonish, but imagine that there's just like
oh my God.
an axe
Is it done?
in her forehead. I could probably color it a little bit more.
You can do it. Wait, we're gonna take an intermission, everyone. Give us 1 second, okay? So say hi, peace for them for a second.
Peace.
Okay, we'll be right back.
I'm happy that it turned
I
out
love
pretty
it.
well.
It looks so good.
Yeah.
I almost want to like put on like kind of like cute face makeup after, and then like take a photo.
Do it.
With a cut on my head.
A glamour shot?
Yeah, like a glamour shot with a wound.
That's one of my favorite things to do. I have, if you do go on my Instagram.
Oh, by the way, we're back.
Oh, we're back.
I forgot to tell you guys. I don't know. Hi. Okay, yes, the glamour shot.
So yeah, that's what I like to do is I just take me looking absolutely normal except for the injury that it is. I'll do like, I know I'm looking fine as hell.
I literally am like, I might have to do that tonight and take a hot girl photo, makeup looking good, but then have like a wound on my head, and that might have to go not just on the story, y'all, on the feed. Okay, on the feed, and I'm gonna tag you and be like, oh, special effects by Joshua. Like
That'll be perfect. Get some of that promotion out there.
Yes. Literally, okay, y'all need to understand that I am such a supporter of people being like delusional in a way, but I don't think Joshua's delusional in any form. Like literally, he's so talented, so this is like actually gonna be his life. But I'm so supportive of people in my life just chasing after their goals. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, you want to do this? Okay, I'll be your test dummy. Like literally anytime you want. Like even one of our other housemates does plant-based cooking, and she was like, oh, I'm not sure about some recipes, blah blah blah. Even though I'm not a vegan, girl, we'll taste them. And I'm honest, if I don't think it tastes good, it's lacking salt, it's lacking whatever, I'll just tell you.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just tell you, because if that's something you want to chase, even if it's not my thing, I'll be as honest as I can. I want all of you guys to succeed, you know, in whatever it is that you want to be doing. School, a career, anything.
That is a lot of powder. And then you're supposed to lightly sprinkle it with powder. And so that's kind of how it is for something a little bit quick and out there.
So did you guys see how quick that was? That was like half an hour. Half an hour and we were kikiing. Can you believe that? You guys could look like this.
You could have a big bump on your forehead too.
A gash on your forehead.
At Joshua Luper _actor.
Exactly. Hire him. So now we're just gonna get into like kikiing like normal, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit less.
Yeah. Unless there was anything else you wanted to do, you're good?
No, I think
perfect.
it looks fine.
Because a good artist knows when to stop. That's the key.
I know. I've had a lot of moments whenever I'm doing shit that I keep on adding, and it really is that point where it's like too much. Too much is too much. Too much is not more. It's just too much.
Too much is too much. Like I've done that so many times with my eyeliner. I'm like, oh, let's make it thicker. And then I have literally a raccoon eye, and I'm like, I am not Amy Winehouse. I can't rock this. Like I don't look good like that.
I love Amy Winehouse.
Ooh, what a good artiste.
Love you, girl.
Yeah. R.I.P. But yeah, and if your family's watching.
Although the documentary that I watched about Amy Winehouse made it out to be as if the dad was a little bit of a Gypsy Rose character. Do you know what that is?
No.
Basically an overbearing mother trying to get their daughter to be talented so that the mother can live vicariously through them. Kind of a dance mom situation.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm so excited because I bought what is her name? I literally bought her book, The Girl from iCarly. The blonde.
Jeanette McCurdy.
Yes, Jeanette McCurdy. I bought her book.
I'm glad my mom died.
I'm glad my mom died, which is essentially about that.
Yeah.
I think that's crazy. Like the parents who essentially abuse their kids so that they can live a glamorous life. What do you mean? Why would you do that?
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I think it's trying to compensate for something that they did in their past, or because I've had a situation where I've been like the shining star for my parents before, and so it kind of feels similar to that like you've been used a little bit to make your parents feel better for their misgivings in their past. But it's just an interesting situation because some people take it to the extremes with their kids.
But what kind of like weight did you feel on yourself being that shining star? Like, did you ever feel a mental weight, or were you just kind of like, oh, that's fine?
Oh, I definitely felt a mental weight. Whenever I was younger, I used to get so stressed out that I would cause myself to throw up. Yeah.
That's horrible. Was this like teenage years?
Teenage years, definitely tween years into teenage years. It happened for a while.
Did your parents know?
Oh yeah, they got me tested because they thought I had stomach cancer.
And they couldn't
Like,
just
it was-
tell it
it
was
was-
like severe anxiety.
It was
about
happening so frequently.
So yeah, so what was it? Anxiety or like panic attacks, or what was it?
Probably mostly anxiety, but there was just a lot going on in my household at that time. We had moved so many times that my military brat brother and sister, my older siblings, they hated it, especially because we came from up northeast into Texas, so we're Yankees.
So do they treat you differently? Like, do you think that people around you treat you differently being from the Northeast?
Oh, definitely, especially for my brother and sister. They had a really hard time coming up with friends because all of the people at the school that they went to had already learned their own sort of preoccupations about, what's the word? They had their own biases at that point. And so it was a lot harder for them to get into those cliques.
Yeah.
Me, however, no one had created any of those hateful sort of ideas in their head yet. It was second grade.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit easier for me to make friends at that time. But because my brother and sister were having such a hard time just fitting in that area, they got into a lot of misfits.
So then, like, did you stay in Texas your whole upbringing and then just moved to California, or what happened?
I moved to Wyoming for college.
Oh.
Like I said, you don't have to go to college. In fact, I didn't want to. So whenever I was finally like forced to sign up for things, I just decided I need something that's cheap. I need something that gets me out of Texas. And so I decided on the University of Wyoming for some reason.
What is there? What's in Wyoming?
Laramie, Wyoming, and the, Yellowstone.
Ooh. I don't even really know what either of those are.
Yeah, there's not a lot. It's a lot of open land, and I think it's the least densely populated state out of everyone.
I can't believe that. So you spent all of college there?
Yeah. The one good thing about that place is that it taught me to be alone with myself. To start loving myself whenever I'm alone. It's very important. Yeah. Took a lot of nights of me dancing around my apartment naked alone to make me love myself.
Yes, that same here. It takes a lot of dancing around naked to love yourself. Honestly. And then what? So you went Wyoming, Texas, California?
No, I did not go back to Texas.
Oh, okay.
I hate driving to Texas so much. Driving through Texas might be one of the worst things that I've ever done because it's a good 6 hours of darkness the way that I would do it. And you're going through the desert. And so nothing looks thrilling to the eyes, especially at night. So I would almost pass out on the wheel all the time.
Very scary.
Very dangerous. Yeah, I don't recommend it to any viewers. If you do it, I mean, yeah, go you.
Congratulations.
You did it.
Here's a prize.
I've done it too, but at what cost?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, there were some points where I had downed like 2 energy drinks and I'm just like at the wheel of the car, my arm shaking, but my eyes would still close every now and then. I'm like, oh, this is so dangerous.
I literally once started seeing things because I was doing like an 8-hour drive just at night, coming home from work, and my mom was like, you should stay at a hotel. That's just
8 hours. What work were you doing?
I was announcing a dance competition. And so I had driven there, and then I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll drive back home. It's no big deal. But the dance competition like ended late, and then I had to help clean up and all this stuff like that. So then my mom was like, you should stay at a hotel. Just find a hotel nearby, or just book another night at the one you're currently staying at. And I was like, no, I can do this drive. So then I got like, I want to say halfway through, and I started seeing things on the road. Like I thought I saw a person on the road, so I swerved, and there was no person. So then I started like crying because I started realizing how tired I was. And I was like, oh my God, you're seeing things, girl.
Exhaustion is
messed up.
I can play with you.
Yeah. And then the only thing that made me pull over to get a hotel was when it wasn't a person that I saw, it was a floating building. I literally thought I saw a building, and it was, as I got closer, it was just a bridge, but my eyes had built a whole structure. And I drove past it, and I called my mom, and I said, I am pulling over to this random town. And it was like 3 hours away from my house still. And I was like, and I'm just booking a hotel room. I'm sorry. She goes, I told you hours ago to do that, so don't
like,
apologize.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I booked it, and then I'm sure they thought I was some type of lady of the night, because I just walked in the middle of the night, and there was just the front desk guy, and he was like, can I help you? And I was like, can I get a room for just tonight? And he goes,
oh, that's the worst.
and he was like, for what? And I go, to sleep? And he goes, why? And I go, because I'm tired. Like, what do you mean, why? And then he was like, oh, okay, well, since it's past midnight, like, you're technically booking for the night after, not tonight. And I was like, okay. So then, because of that, I ended up like having like 2 days or whatever, but I just ended up staying in the hotel pool and like chilling for like an extra like half a day, and then went home the next day because it was only 3 hours away. So I got home at like 7 p.m. the next day.
It's funny that you mentioned that you checked into a hotel and they thought you were a hooker, because one time my family and we took a trip through Mexico because we were trying to help my grandfather move some of his tools. And we had to stop at a hotel, and my parents immediately knew that this was definitely a hotel that was meant for those sort of hookup situations, because we get there and they ask how many hours.
Oh.
It's not even how many nights, it's how many hours. And we walk into the place. I will say this, clean as hell. Bleached, you could smell the bleach.
That's great.
Yeah. And on the menu,
we support sex workers here. We fully
of
support
course.
sex workers.
There's nothing wrong with it. As long as they are doing it of their own free will.
Yeah, as long as it's consensual and they want to do that, we support it.
But the funniest thing is that there was a little menu because they did room service. Ooh,
love that.
They might be a hooker hotel, but they're still classy.
I like it, a little delivery.
So there was like chicken nuggets, ice cream on one side, and then you turn it on over to the other side, and it's like whips, tassels, lube, condom, shit like that.
Not the family.
It was hilarious.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't even remember it that much, but I loved hearing that story from my parents.
Literally, the hotel that I stay in Hollywood, they have this little like pleasure box that you can take from the like snack bar, and every time I'm there, I'm like, what's in here? So then I look at it because I always forget, and it goes mini vibrator, this, that, that, and I'm like,
Mini,
yeah, it's
little
like those
pocket
little
rocket.
ones. And I was like, whoa, and it was condoms, like lube in it. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah, it worked.
I'm not mad.
Yeah.
So the hotels are caring.
Yeah, keep sex safe, keep sex fun.
That's exactly it. Consent is sexy. That's what I heard on the streets. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? But yeah. So then after what? So then you just decided California's home forever, or what happened?
Yeah, that's just where I wanted to go after that because I knew that special effects makeup, it was most likely going to be in cinema, and special effects makeup and horror were just kind of melding into each other.
Yep.
And so I want to either act in horror films or do the special effects makeup for it. And like I want to go to school, get the certifications, get my precision a little bit more, because if I can do something like that in 30 minutes, which is like,
Amazing.
it's pretty awesome.
Pretty fucking cool.
I can't wait to see what I can do with actual proper training.
Yeah, this is amazing. Like literally, can you guys see that? Can you guys see that?
But not too close, because then it gives me away.
Yeah.
From
Back
a
up.
distance.
From a distance, okay? Everything looks a little better from a distance, okay?
But I'm actually surprised the tone is a little bit closer to your skin than I
Right?
thought it
No,
was.
it looks good.
Yeah.
You killed it. Killed it. Yeah, I'm literally so amazed. So how long have you been in California now?
Oh my gosh, 2 months! Well, actually, I think I'm starting my
gosh.
3rd month soon. And it's been quite a time. The first month and a half that I was here, I was sweating harder than a whore in church on Easter Sunday. I swear to God.
Why? Because of the heat
It
here?
was so freaking
Yeah.
hot the first few months that I was here.
Yeah. You got here August? Yeah, I got here in August too.
Yeah. First night, I decided to camp over in Joshua Tree. I could not fall asleep, and I was just lying
You did
in
Joshua
a pool.
Tree in August?
Yes, I did the desert in August.
Wow.
And it was so freaking hot.
Yeah, I want to do Joshua Tree, but everyone literally said like it's sweltering. So I was like, yeah, maybe I'll go, and it's like fall, you know. They're winter here.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, they're winters. I'm like low 70s, high of 60s.
It's laughable.
Literally the other day in Wyoming, one of my friends from Wyoming sent a video of it, and it's snowing. It's snowing in Wyoming.
You're like, that's winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like literally my friends back home in Toronto, they showed me their little weather app. They go, it's 8 degrees Celsius. I go, yeah, honey, it's getting near 0.
What's that in Fahrenheit?
What's that in Fahrenheit?
Oh my God. Yeah, I got a phone.
I was like, what is 8? I think 8, I'm going to guess right now, so I could be a liar. I'm going to say it's somewhere near 30.
8 Celsius to Fahrenheit. 46.
46.
Okay, so that's pretty cold.
Yeah, so
That's
they were
pretty
like,
cold.
oh, it's 8 degrees right now. Well, that's exactly what fall weather normally is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's what I'd expect it to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, and now the two of us are living in luxury.
I know, I've never felt so privileged in a while, because it could be debilitating in Wyoming walking
Yes.
through that stuff, especially if you're already a little bit of an introvert.
Yes.
Becomes even
I
easier.
tell everyone, I'm like, I escaped seasonal depression. I have escaped it now. I found the loophole, okay? It's leave your cold home when it's cold, but go back to your cold home when it's hot there. That's it. If you want to go back home, go when it's hot.
You know, it's funny, Floridians, I think, would call you a snowbird.
Yes, that is what I am technically, because
Yeah.
my parents' friends, because my parents live somewhere in Florida. I'm not exposing their home. But yeah, they do call me a snowbird, because they're like, oh, she lives in Toronto when it's warm and lives in California when it's hot. I go, yes. Absolutely. Yes, that's how I live my life now. Don't you know?
Wow.
Yeah, like luxury. But other than that, we also feel just like, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like California, I've already been a very grateful person overall in life, but California makes you even more grateful because the weather's so nice, because
Yeah.
we're so close to the beach, because it's so easy to just like walk in a tank top and not be cold outside in October.
Exactly.
Like what? You know,
Yeah.
back home I would have actually been with like a cup of tea all day in my apartment, just and watching TV.
I would have been shivering in Wyoming.
Yeah.
So completely miserable. Probably would have been high off my ass.
Yeah.
But I still would have been miserable, especially high off my ass, because that shit just makes you colder.
Exactly. And then you're just sitting there, you're like, fireplace, do I have one? No, you turn the
No.
fireplace channel on. And that's it. That's what we actually did one day when it was cold. We just turned the fireplace channel on and we had the illusion of being warmer.
Yeah. And it's such a double-edged sword, because I love bundling up.
Yes.
There are plenty of people that say bundling up is such a nice thing, and that's why we keep our temperatures so low sometimes. But it really is just nice to put on a few layers every now and then.
You know what I mean? Like a good weighted blanket, keeping you cozy.
Exactly.
But I think, like I always tell people, the only thing that sucks about being warm is you can only take off so many layers till you're naked. You know what I mean? And then when you're naked, what else are you gonna do when you're sweating?
Literally. It just gets so bad. And especially now with how bad the temperatures have gotten recently in some areas, I was so scared for some of my Texan friends because of the freaking temperatures that were coming up, and that along with the humidity makes it even.
Texas throws me off though, because apparently it's very cold there too. But then it gets super
Well, it's
hot.
because it's a big fucking piece of land.
You're like, it's fucking huge, man.
Yeah, it's part desert, it's part swamp.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I actually thought Texas was like only cacti and stuff like that.
Well, that's part of it.
And then when people are like, no, it actually gets cold in Texas, I was like, since when?
Since a while. The only time that I saw a major snowstorm in Texas, though, was in 2011. And that was awesome because no one in Texas obviously knows how to function in that kind of weather since it only happens so rarely. And naturally, school is closed for a good 3 days.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Nice day off.
Yeah, it was lovely.
So what do you do here in your free time? What do you do here for fun?
What do I do here in my free time? Cry. No, I go and hang out at the beach a lot. I'm doing special effects makeup on myself. And I'm doing a little bit of a jobby job. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to disclose where I work.
But you have a new job.
I do.
At the end of the day. So y'all just trust that.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I hate working though. It is one of those things that I'm just like, it's not what I want to do, but I got to do it.
But it's paying the bills right now.
It's paying the bills, the very large bills.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, how's that? Moving from Wyoming to here, the bills. Big difference or not?
Rent has been a very big difference because my place in Wyoming was like $656 a month, and it was 3 people in this apartment complex, and we had a full kitchen, not full-ish kitchen, but we all had our own individual bathrooms.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, and it was only $656 a month.
I can't believe that. That's not even like suburb pricing.
That shows you how little people want to come to Wyoming.
You're really shading Wyoming.
I did not have the best time in Wyoming. And it's not, I can't help it that I found out later in life that I hate the cold.
Yeah, y'all should have done better, Wyoming. Sorry.
Honestly, yeah, we should have just left it to the Native Americans, but that's a whole other story.
Okay, that's a wrap. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, oh my gosh. So, is there anything you want to tell them before we wrap up?
I'm also an actor and a singer too. Go and follow me on Instagram. Follow my TikTok. I make some special effects makeup videos there too. I'm trying to post a lot more now just because I have ideas going through my head. And yeah.
Give them your handle one more time.
Joshua Luper _actor, and I believe it's just Joshua Luper on TikTok.
Perfect. So thank you so much, Josh, for
Thank
being
you.
here.
You
Thank
look
for making
lovely,
me look like this.
fabulous.
I honestly have never felt more beautiful in my life. Yeah, everyone, this is such an amazing episode. I hope you guys learned something new, and thank you so much. This is just amazing. I'm so happy to have you here. I hope to have you again if you ever want to be.
Honestly, yeah, because you said that little Tim Burton thing, and that would be fun.
Oh my gosh. So if y'all see Josh again, be nice. Hopefully y'all followed him by then, and then you're like, whoa.
The duo,
my
yeah.
fave.
You'll
My favorite
know.
little duo's back together. But yes, oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you being here.
I love you. Thank you for giving
my
me
God.
a platform. The platform that I always needed.
That you deserve. Are you
I
kidding me?
deserve.
Y'all better follow up, homie. Yeah, I guess this is a wrap, and we'll talk to you guys later. Peace.